Hey guys, my name's Alana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mental Health with Alana. If you're new here, please click the red subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. If you would like to keep up to date with my videos and posting, I post every Monday and Friday. Go click that bell notification so you know when my videos go up. I also got a business called Care Boxes by Alana. I'll put the Instagram up here. I create sensory boxes for mental health and neurodivergent disorders. If that's something you'd be interested in, I have a range of boxes and I would love for you to go check it out and message me if you have any questions about ordering one. For this video, I'm going to be talking about something that's been affecting me quite a lot lately, and I think I have made a video on this in the past, but I'm gonna do a little updated video to kind of explain like what's been going on for me at the moment. So this video I'm going to be talking about delusions when it comes to schizophrenia and bipolar. So brief thing, I have schizoaffective disorder, which is where you have schizophrenia and a mood disorder. In my case, I have bipolar disorder. So it's basically like living with schizophrenia and bipolar. So for me, one of the symptoms of schizoaffective disorder is delusions. Now, how do I say this? So for me, at the moment, my psychotic symptoms, so that's like hallucinations and, you know, like how I'm able to kind of put things together, I suppose, in my head. So for me right now, out of all the psychotic symptoms that you experience with schizoaffective disorder, and I'm not going to go into detail because if you want to know what the symptoms are, I've made other videos. There's a playlist on my channel, schizoaffective disorder and bipolar, which has a lot of information on this topic. But for me, the psychotic symptom I've been really struggling with for the past like 1 week or 2 weeks have been delusions that I have. So for me, delusions come and go. When I was in a really bad psychotic state last year, they were there all the time and they were extremely, extremely strong. I didn't know they were delusions. Now, it's kind of confusing because even though I'm calling these beliefs that I have delusions now, it's only because I've been told by other people that they're delusions. When I'm experiencing them, they feel real and like I believe them 100%. They don't feel like delusions. They don't feel like that they're wrong. But my medication has helped me majorly, and I've actually been, I went down on my medication a little bit, not by much, but just a bit. And so far it's been going well. I really haven't been experiencing many hallucinations. It's really just a kind of random here and there thing, and it's not extensive. It's not so, they're not so like full, like they're not full sentences generally anymore, or conversations. They're not constantly commenting on what I'm doing. I don't have like heaps of voices over the top of each other. They're not as loud. When I do experience hallucinations, now I'm medicated, they kind of feel like they're coming from far away. So they're still there, but they're not like right in my ear, kind of annoying me to that extreme anymore. So that's been really good. But what I have noticed in the last week or two is that my delusions have kind of come back a little bit stronger. So it's been making communicating with people quite difficult, and because of these delusions, I've been very wrapped up in them, and it's almost like I feel like I'm in a different reality state or a different world to everyone else, and I just feel really detached from what is going on in the real world, and like I just feel very vacant. I don't feel present in anything or conversations or activities I'm doing. I'm constantly thinking about these delusions. I'm spending a lot of time thinking about them, and plus they make me anxious as well, and I've already got anxiety, plus I have just naturally, as I found out yesterday, I have tachycardia naturally, so I have a really high heart rate. So all of these things together don't help my anxiety. But yeah, a lot of my delusions at the moment are based around One of them is just the general, honestly, these two delusions I have all the time. It doesn't matter what I do, these two are stuck there constantly, and that is that I think, and these ones have been there for years too, where I think that I feel like people are always reading my mind. And the other one that I always have really struggled with is I really believe that other people are putting thoughts into my head, and I don't believe my thoughts are actually my thoughts. I feel like they're someone else's thoughts, and it feels foreign to me, and it feels the best way I can describe schizoaffective disorder for me is like icky. Like, I don't like, it's not pleasant, it's not nice, it feels very frightening, very paranoid, very like unsettling. It's a very unsettling feeling if you're obviously experiencing stimulus that other people aren't experiencing. That can often be very scary and frightening. Because for me, definitely, I've never really had any sort of good experiences with hallucinations or any of my psychotic symptoms. It's always been very negative, very derogatory, and very dangerous at times, and unpleasant. So those are two of the delusions that I have basically all the time, but they've just been a lot worse within the past week. And the other one is that I've been really very paranoid about other people following me and, like I said, reading my mind. And then the other one, which I get, it comes and goes. So sometimes I have no issue with this, and then it will just pop up. So one of the most, probably one of the worst delusions that I have is that I don't know if I ever mentioned this on this channel, but I feel like I'm actually dead, and that everyone around me is like this fake, like, stimulus, like this fake world, and that I don't know that I'm actually dead when I am, and like no one's telling me, they're all just pretending, and it feels like everything around me is like a simulation, it's not real. And I believe that like someone's just playing like a cruel trick on me in a way. And I know it kind of sounds like the Truman Show, but he obviously wasn't dead, he was a different thing, so it's not really the same as that, but I suppose it kind of sounds like that. So this one comes up like quite regularly, and the issue with it is that it really affects me, because if this happens, because this delusion can come on really suddenly for some reason. The other ones are very like kind of always there, or maybe if I'm really unwell, whereas this one, it'll just kind of come on suddenly out of the blue. And if I'm around other people at that time, there's people around, I need to get to a place where I'm completely on my own, because I start to freak out, because it panics me. I start getting really panicked and really disorientated, very confused of like where I am and what's going on, and I start to get really freaked out. And so this is a problem, because if I'm at group therapy, or if I'm out shopping, or if I'm doing something and there's people around, that one really causes me issues, because I don't like to be around anyone, because I feel super like unsafe. I feel very like vulnerable in that position. So those have been like the main delusions that I've been struggling with at the moment. And I think people I don't think people really talk about delusions enough, like when you live with like schizophrenia and things like that, like, and people around you don't really understand what delusions are either. And they could be so complex, and I think like they're kind of along the spectrum, you know, like some days I don't have that type of delusion there, and then other days it will come up really strong, you know. And even with the reading my mind thing, like I always believe it, but sometimes it's really heightened, and other days it's there and I believe it, but it's not as distressing, I suppose. So it's more like it depends on the day or what's happening, whether they're really distressive or not. I don't even think that's a word. Just distressive. I can't even speak. Anyway, that's the other thing, that it affects my ability to hold conversations and think, because I'm really preoccupied about the fact I suppose it puts you in a really high state of hypervigilance. You're so hypervigilant because you're looking around constantly, like, are they following me? Are they looking at me? Why? They're reading my mind. Are they thinking that I'm a horrible person because they had this thought? You know, are the people parked outside my house, like, are they there to spy on me? Has my computer camera been hacked and the people are actually the government spying on me and gathering my information? Like, I mean, like, imagine living like that all the time. That's how it is. And it causes a lot of anxiety. And then I got also anxiety, social anxiety disorder. So then I'm thinking, well, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm embarrassed myself. People think I'm annoying, things like that. And then I have also like my eating disorder voice that panics all about food. So really, there's a lot of anxiety going on. That's why my anxiety is always so high, because I have so many things contributing to it. But yeah, I just feel like with delusions, like, nobody really seems to talk about it. And it's a very like unknown topic. General public have really no idea about what delusions are. And yeah, like, it can be like super like isolating, because you're always questioning like your place in the world, because your reality is not the same as everyone else's, when other people don't have to go about their day questioning whether they've heard things or not that's real, or whether they're seeing something that's real or not, or whether this belief is actually right, like logistically possible or not. And so it's just very confusing, and it just, I find that at the moment, within the past week, I've been very, very out of it, because I've been kind of trapped in these delusional thoughts and feelings. And like, I went out this morning to have coffee with 2 friends I haven't seen for ages, and I was also very fatigued physically, which didn't help, but I was so tired. So I had a rest before I went, but even when I got there, like, I was having a really hard time understanding what was going on in the conversation, and then I was trying to think about how to contribute to the conversation. I just couldn't really think, and I just felt like I kept like zoning out. The best way really to describe this delusional state is where I feel really dissociated. I feel like I'm not present in my body, that everything looks foreign, people don't look normal, how they would look. Like, it's really weird. Like, almost like it really distorts your view of what's going on, and how you're able to be present in that moment. So I don't really know if this made that much sense. That's kind of just the best way that I can describe having these delusions. And look, I'm sure they'll become less intense, like, you know, hopefully down the line. But, you know, for the most part, there's not really much anyone can do about it. It's just something that I have to live with. And, you know, medication does really help, but when it comes to delusions, it doesn't really do that much. So it can be quite difficult to go about your day when you're experiencing it, especially at a quite high level. So yeah, anyway, that was just me kind of venting about it, because that's something I've been having issues with lately. Specifically at the last week, I noticed it got quite bad, and yeah, it's kind of really been affecting me with socializing and being able to do things and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. It's more of a nuisance, to be honest, and also I don't like it because I'm not sleeping either, and I wake up feeling delusional during the night, and then I get freaked out, so then I can't sleep all night. I'm just like not sleeping at all recently. So I suppose it is causing problems, but really there's nothing we can do about it, like I said, because like even when I'm on the top, you know, thing of medication, it does lower the delusional state to a bit, but it's never going to completely get rid of it. And so I feel like it's just something you kind of have to learn to live with. And I mean, hopefully once I start therapy soon, maybe we can look at it, but I don't really know what type of therapy is actually out there for things like schizophrenia, because it's not really it's not a behavioral problem or really a thinking, well, it does affect your thinking, but it's not, it's, you know, obviously it's really based on your chemical makeup and your kind of body's clock system, like circadian rhythm even. But yeah, if I do any sort of counseling that is actually helpful for it, then I will definitely make video on it. But yeah, that's really all I can do right now. So anyway, thank you for listening to me go on about this. Yeah, if you have any questions, leave it down below, and I will see you in my next video.